My question is, why are these beautiful women single, bro? Why the fuck am I single, bro? Why the fuck am I single? Guys, I've been single. I'm gonna be single. Oh my god. I'm gonna be single for 4 fucking years now. In a few months, bitch. I haven't had a boyfriend, like, officially. No, dude. And I just think about it and I look at myself and I'm like, bitch, you're fucking pretty, bitch. Like, I'm not trying to sound like, you know, I'm egoistic or whatever, but like, dude, I'm pretty, bitch. I got an ass, bitch. I got my own place. I make my own money. I cook. I clean. I do señora shit, and I'm not even a fucking señora. Like, I got long hair. I'm Latina. I got a good personality. I'm funny. Sometimes I got an attitude, but I'm not like crazy. Is it that hard? Like, is it that hard finding a good, genuine person? Fuck, bro. Am I gonna be single forever? No mames, güey. Tal vez me voy a morir sin nadie. Fuck, guys. I'm kind of freaking out. Like, is it that fucking hard, bitch? Anyways, I'm gonna go cry.
Yeah, but don't worry, guys. She's not crazy at all, okay? She's just, you know, it's just unlucky that she's single. You know, I always find it so funny when we see people who say that they have fantastic personalities. It's like they don't seem to understand that that's for other people to judge, not themselves, right? Oh, look at all these great qualities that I have, and yet I can't keep a man. You know, I can't seem to keep a guy around. You know, gentlemen, we talk about red flags on this channel a lot, and one of the biggest is just women who cannot keep around a boyfriend, a husband, a partner, whatever the hell. Girls who cannot keep around a man, gentlemen, are a giant red flag, because it's not that hard. Like, we as men, we're not complicated creatures, okay? These girls want to act like we're asking for the moon, when, you know, a lot of men would just settle for someone who's, you know, not argumentative and crazy and isn't going to slash their tires if they go out with the boys on a Saturday. You know, like, men are not that fussy, okay? We just, you know, we want someone who's beautiful, feminine, and, you know, doesn't cause hell in our lives. It's really not a tall order. But these girls want to act as though it's the most difficult thing in the world and say that they can't find a good man or something like that, right? There are plenty of good men. But hey, I guess it's just unlucky, guys. You know, it has to be the men, right? It's obviously not her fault. But anyway, what is going on, gentlemen? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be going through a few TikToks together that you guys have sent in. And we're also going to be looking at a few Reddit stories. But before we jump in, gentlemen, if you're new here, you're liking the videos, make sure you subscribe on your way in. And gentlemen, if you'd like to support the channel, come over and join Locals. There's also a free to join thing over there, guys. But in case YouTube takes down this channel, you'll be notified through there. But without further ado, gentlemen, that's enough ranting. We're just going to be jumping into today's video suggestion, and this is actually a compilation, so let's see what this man has to say.
All right, what's up, TikTok? I'm thinking today, right, I think I'm gonna go home and break up with my fiance. And the reason why is I pay every single bill in this house. When I say everything, everything. I pay everything. I also help cook, clean. I get up and go to work every day. You know, she cooks dinner. And
I mean, we can already kind of see where this is going, okay? And just a quick comment before he tells the rest of his story here, gentlemen. You know, a lot of the stories that we cover on this channel, okay, like the Reddit stories and where people share the details of their relationships and stuff like that, notice just how common it is, right, for girls to say, oh, I feel so underappreciated, right? Oh, I was at home and I did X, Y, Z. So what, you're out there breaking your back as a man in a 9-to-5 job. I feel underappreciated. And they actually use that kind of those kind of lines to gaslight men into that's why they cheated. Oh, I wasn't feeling loved enough. Meanwhile, you find that the guys are out there busting their ass to pay the bills and have a roof over their heads. You know, it just blows my mind every time, because guys will get themselves into situations where they're doing literally everything, and then the girl will somehow convince the man that he's the problem in the relationship and he wasn't putting in enough effort. Like, that drives me up the walls, man.
And she cooks dinner because she likes to eat. But this heifer gonna have the nerve to tell me today is, I cleaned up the whole house and you didn't even thank me. What? What? I haven't got one thank you yet for paying every goddamn bill in this house so you can sleep in until 12 noon every freaking day. Man, I'm out.
Good stuff, honestly.
I am so sick of the normalization of the phrase, can't make a wife out of a hoe.
There's a reason why they say you can't make a hoe out of a housewife, right? Now, there's been studies done on women and men that have multiple sex partners, right? And what they say is, initially, it's hard for both to be in a relationship with one person after having so many sex partners, right? It's harder to create a soul tie. It's harder to stick with that one person. And that applies to both at first. Now, even when they look at the brain structure of a man, his brain structure changes, right? After being with so many people. But what they say through training and habit and through the release of oxytocin and spending more time habitually with one person, a man can learn to be with one woman again. The same, according to scientific data, didn't apply to women.
Yeah, and the guys, girls have this this fear of missing out. Okay, and I've said this before many times on the channel, but a lot of men get into long-term relationships and stuff like that, and they think to themselves like, okay, well, I've demonstrated all this loyalty, you know, I've done all of these fantastic things for her, like I've put a roof over our head, I provide for the children that we might have, I gave her a fantastic wedding, I've been loyal to her all over these years, you know. I tried to make her feel better whenever she had her problems. Like, guys will go to great lengths to make sure that their girlfriend knows that they're appreciated, or their wife or their partner or whatever, right? And then we as guys, we think this counts for something. Guys, let me tell you this, okay? Girls, if a better option is available and she can go for it, like, and it's gotta, you know, she's not gonna fail and look like a clown while trying to do so, oh, she's gonna leave, guys. I mean, girls always have their eyes on the next best thing, man. Right? They're always ready to select the next guy. Like, I'm telling you, man, girls who have high body counts and who have been with lots of dudes, right? They can never be happy again. They absolutely can't. They cannot be content with the man that they're with. I don't care if they've been with you for 4 years. I don't care if they've been with you for 2 months, guys. Girls will up and leave at any given point to do what's best for them. Okay, that's just the way it is, man.
Literally have to willpower themselves to be with one person. And all that other shit people can come back from, honestly.
I'm just lonely. All my friends were getting married and I didn't want to be left out. I love you, but not in a specific way, in a generic way. I just need security in my life. There's nothing really special about you. But I'm tired of looking for someone better.
You're the best.
That's honestly that's honestly how long-term commitments look these days, guys. Is like it's just women looking for stability most of the time. You know, they can sugarcoat it saying, "Oh, I love you" and stuff like this. And guys, look, you don't have to adopt this this worldview. I understand it's very cynical, all right? But my point of view on stuff like marriage, guys, is it's an insurance policy for women, and that also to an extent applies to long-term relationships. You know, there are many countries and states that will consider you guys, you know, for the purposes of law, married, where she can take, you know, half your crap if you're not all your assets, because they consider you a relationship in the eyes of the, you know, they consider you like legally bound together if you live together for a long duration and stuff like that, guys, depending on you know, your country and state and stuff like that. And a lot of women in general, when they've had their party years, like after they've had their party years and they've realized, okay, I'm not really going to get commitment from Chad, my body clock is running out, I can't always have kids, what they do is that they get a guy that they know that they can sucker in, right? And they'll just use him for his stability and stuff like that. And this is one of the major reasons, right, where dudes in marriages and stuff like that, they get confused by the fact that bedroom fun dries up and the girl's not as feminine anymore, because let me tell you this, these girls know how to play their cards, guys, right? You might think that, oh, she's so fantastic and she's the love of my life and stuff like that. Guys, let me tell you, these ladies out here can keep up an act for, you know, it's difficult, but can keep up an act for years at a time. Okay, like it always, you know, it's sad to see when guys are shocked by this. Oh, we were together for 2 years, and then after we married, things got a lot worse. It's because when girls know that they've got that commitment, when they know that they've got your balls, and that, hey, even if you guys get divorced, she's going to come out, you know, the one still being stable. I mean, what incentive does she have to play fair with you? Okay, I'm telling you, man, a lot of these people out here, you know, you can say, oh, Taylor, you select these videos, you draw them, you know, you select ones that support your videos. Guys, let me tell you this. This crap of manipulating partners and using men for their money and taking men's kids and half their assets and stuff like that, that's the real world, guys. You know, a lot more people are out here willing to manipulate one another than you might think, but let's continue.
Best I could do. I couldn't lock down anyone I actually liked because they were either taken or out of my league. But you were within reach because you do that weird thing with your feet.
I always find that funny when guys think that, you know, girls are out of their league, right? Like, it's so you know, strange to see how men who are fantastic guys, right, who are stable and stuff like that, and they think, oh, well, this girl's out of my league because she's pretty. Dudes, these women are literally on their phone, on Instagram, 24/7, and have, you know, hate their bodies because Stacy has slightly bigger hips than her, and she was able to get a guy who earns 6 figures, and she only got a guy who earns high 5 figures. You know what I'm saying? It's like guys get this idea in their head that women are better than them because they're pretty. Guys, get that. That is just ridiculous.
It's probably smart to combine incomes and cohabitate at this point. And I'm just getting a lot of pressure from my mom to settle down and not chase these little hoes around anymore. So, I do.
She's such a bitch.
Yeah, and I mean, that's pretty much how the story goes, gentlemen. We're going to be switching screens momentarily and continuing with some more videos.
This is such an embarrassing moment. I'm about to ask my freaking boyfriend to open this can for me because I can't do it.
My dude, you got to use your shirt. Well, I mean, if you're wearing a shirt, I guess.
I won't ask.
There you go.
I won't do it.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
Okay, so when they're way too sexual, way too early on, I find that so scary.
I'm going to move this screen so you guys can see her, like the top of the list here, because she's kind of missing some, because there's, I think there's 2 more at the top that you guys can't see right now, so let's just take a look. I always find it funny when girls make these lists, right, because all they are is just the girls telling on themselves, so let's see what she has to say.
So weird. No sort of ambition whatsoever. Like, why do you not care where we're going to be in 5-10 years time? When they only text you at night, like, chill out. Like, I know what you're doing. Your body count over 3, and I say 3 because 4 is a drag. Like, why have you had sex with that many girls? Because if it was the other way around, you wouldn't like it.
I mean, let's go through these ones that she's mentioned so far, okay? So these are red flags that she considers in men. Way too S3-actual, no sort of ambition whatsoever, only texts you at night, has a body count over 3 when you aren't even their type, if they're atheist, if they're keen on taking your certain type of card, always in women's business, always defending the opposite race, still cool with their ex, call their ex, blah, blah, blah. So let's just address this one here, because I think this was the one I want to talk about for the moment here, guys, but no sort of ambition whatsoever. Did you guys catch that when she actually went over that? I'm gonna play that one more time so we can see what she said right there, because this is something kind of sneaky that girls pull. So let's have a look at this.
Okay, so when they're way too sexual, way too early on, I find that so scary, so weird. Yeah. No sort of ambition whatsoever. Like, why do you not care where we're going to be in 5-10 years time?
Do you guys catch that? Right? This, you know, why would you use the word ambitious when you can just say he has money to take care of you? You know, because it makes them look bad. I want a guy who's ambitious is just a translation for I want a guy who's gonna, you know, who's got money and is gonna take care of me. Right, but they can't say that. They've got to say ambition, right? To make themselves look good. How about you care where you're at in 5 to 10 years? You know, guys, these ladies want to be those, you know, I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. And yet they want a guy who's ambitious, i.e. a guy who earns money, to care about where they are in 5 to 10 years. I mean, what are you going to be doing in 5 to 10 years? What are your ambitions? And you, whenever you ask a girl a question like that, the funny part is, like, she'll always have an answer for it. Oh, I'm starting this business, or I'm working that business. And you ask her a revenue, and she's been running at a net loss for the past 2 years on her eyelash business, or otherwise she's got a certain type of account on a spicy account on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, these girls want to act like they're the biggest entrepreneurs of all time, and they want a guy who's ambitious. And then you actually look at their numbers, and they're not even doing anything. But it's all on the guy to take care of them for the next 5 to 10 years. That kind of blows my mind.
When they only text you at night, like, chill out. Like, I know what you're doing. Your body count over 3, and I say 3 because 4 is a drag. Like, why have you had sex with that many girls? Because if it was the other way around, you wouldn't like it. When you aren't even their type. Like, I know I'm not your type. You know I'm not your type. So what's we really doing here?
Let me ask you, gentlemen, this question, okay? And what percentage of women in Western countries over the age of 18 do you think have a body count less than 3? Well, let me tell you, it's not particularly high. Okay, and whenever girls say that, hey, look, I haven't had any boyfriends, or I haven't had any, you know, I'm still pure, so to speak. Guys, I just don't believe them. I really don't. Like, it's gotten to the point, gentlemen, where the videos that we watch on here, guys, like, I could pull you up 10 videos in the next 2 minutes, okay, on girls teaching other girls how to manipulate that have at least 100,000 views on them, okay, not on TikTok. That's excluding TikTok, by the way. And like, these people are out here manipulating people by the hundreds of thousands. And you know, it's gotten to the point, gentlemen, where I'm just going to be honest here. I just don't listen to these people anymore. I every time they say, hey, my body count is this, I just ignore it. Or, hey, I don't like men who do this. Or that tells me they like men who are the exact opposite of what they, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't listen anymore, guys. Because you're better off just listening to if you want to know what they actually mean, guys, just listen to what they say, and then the exact opposite is generally true.
IFAs. If you're atheist, it's not gonna work. So keen on taking your V card, like, why? I'm not gonna give it to you. Give it to rest. Always a woman's business. Ill, yuck. Always defend the opposite race in debates about colorism, cultural appropriation, blackfishing. You're always defending them, saying that's not that deep. I find that so weird. When they're still cool with their ex, nah. Like, why? Why? When they called the ex crazy, yeah, long day, red flag. Like, you made her crazy, and you're not about to make me crazy with her.
And again, guys, before we continue on with the clips here, this last one is funny as well, calling their ex crazy. Okay, because what that actually signals is that, hey, if the dude made her crazy, then maybe he's actually worth something. You see, these girls will complain endlessly, right, about, you know, the emotions that what guys do, but all they care about is that he's emotionally relevant, right? If the guy had an emotional impact on another girl, hey, that's generally good enough for girls, right? Let's crack into this article here, gentlemen, and this one is titled, I just found out that my girlfriend of 4 years has been cheating since the day we met. How do we work this out? And guys, like, I feel like I have to mention this every damn time. Like, every time dudes wanna try and sort stuff out with their girlfriend or you know, there is no sorting out, gentlemen. Okay, what you're essentially doing is you're wasting time and you're not respecting yourselves. And I really hate to see that. Like, I don't say that to be rude. I don't say that to be mean, guys. It's just that if you're in a situation where someone has done something bad to you, please leave the situation, okay? It's not good for you. So let's crack in. Not a very nice story, but here we go. I, a 28-year-old male, recently came home from work early and caught my girlfriend, who is 28, in bed with another man. I know it sounds like the stereotypical way of a cheating partner is caught, but that's what happened. Despite me loving this woman and wanting to spend the rest of my life with her, I decided to initiate a breakup. In doing so, it was revealed to me by her and a few other people, including some of her friends and my friends, that she has cheated with me constantly over the course of the relationship with numerous dudes. I was heartbroken. This was the woman I loved, and she had been unfaithful. I was civil and gave her a few days to take her stuff and even gave her money to get herself a hotel room for a few weeks while she looked for a new place. I'm telling you, man, too many dudes out here giving like, if someone disrespects you, gentlemen, and they pull crap like this, you no longer owe them anything. Everything is off the table. You're not giving her more money. You're not giving her more attention. You're not trying to work things out. You're not going to continue to be friends. Like, gentlemen, I'm just going to share something in real life for a second here. Not going to drop any names or anything like that, but you know, I've seen dudes in real life who have been with girls who have been straight up A-word, right? You know, elusive, shall we say? Because you know, you did, right? But I've seen guys who are in relationships where the girl really treats them like crap, and I mean treats them terribly, right? And these dudes want to go, oh well, I want to break up with her, but I want to make sure that she's okay after the fact. So I kind of want to get her a place to live and stuff like that. I'm thinking to myself, like, where is the self-respect, man? Like, you allow a girl to drag you through the mud, okay, and treat you like utter garbage, you know, always calling you the problem and all this sort of stuff, cheating on you, whatever the case may be. And it's let me tell you this, gentlemen, it's been pitched to guys, right, that weakness is virtuous. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the narrative that society wants to sell men. It's like, hey, if you're weak and submissive, that makes you virtuous. It absolutely does not, guys. Don't be paying these girls money. Don't be trying to solve their life problems, especially when they screw you over. But let's continue. 3 days ago, I came home and found her two brothers and dad in my house. They have a spare key for emergencies waiting for me. They just wanted to talk and began to explain to me that she was very sorry for her actions and wanted to make up. They helped to see I hadn't been the best boyfriend either. What the hell? And that I had at times been too busy with my work to be there for her. I managed to see their/her side, and after our chat, I called her to work things out. Guys, let me just be clear. I haven't read this story like before we cracked into it today, because I like to read them with you guys, so we're kind of experiencing it for the first time at the same time. But this is actually disgusting. Okay, so this guy got cheated on. Her family rocks around and tries to convince him that he was the problem and that he should call and work things out. This is ridiculous. Whenever I see a guy in a situation like this and he's being gaslit and convinced that he's the problem, it makes me lose my mind, guys. This is the type of brainwashing crap that I'm talking about, that hell, even dudes will do to other dudes. Okay, like, notice how strongly this man is being encouraged to not stand up for himself, right? Because it's funny, because these dudes probably knew that she was cheating the entire time, right? But yet the two brothers and the dad are trying to get this guy to stay. That's so disgusting. She moved back in with me the next day, but since then she has sort of been cold with me. She says that she still can't believe I kicked her out into the curb the way I did, and to be fair, she has a point, I suppose. I'm still upset with her for cheating, but now that we're back together, I can't imagine myself being with anyone else. What can we do to make it up to each other and ensure that our relationship becomes strong again? What should I expect from her? What can I do to make up for kicking her out? How do we fix this? Guys, like, I want you gentlemen, leave your comments and your thoughts to this, and I'll have a read through after I post this video, because goodness gracious, this is probably one of the worst stories that I have read on the channel so far. Like, it's kind of eye-opening to see the lengths to which dudes will go to try and keep around girls who, quite frankly, do not deserve them. But gentlemen, this has to be one of the worst stories I have read on this channel, and that's saying something, guys. Like, we've gone through quite a few of these, but gentlemen, we will momentarily be jumping into the next Reddit story here as I pull it up, and this one's actually a pretty funny one, a bit reminiscent of the tortoise one that we did the other day. Now, this one is titled, "My jealousy over anime girls is mentally K-ing me. Please don't judge me. I effing love my boyfriend. Please note that I don't ever plan on breaking up with him over this. I haven't told him how I felt about this yet. I'm just very insecure and hate that he likes those girls so much. I'm aware that I probably need professional help, by the way. Let me explain. Lately, I have been overthinking to the point where they're all I think about. I am angry because he likes them, even though I am his girlfriend. He should be all over me, right? Question mark. not over some drawings. My jealousy has risen when girls at his job were trying to get with him. They wouldn't leave him alone when he told them to, and this made my jealousy/anger go through the roof. His co-workers are absolutely stunning, by the way. I look nothing like them. But him finding attraction to anime girls just adds to this, I guess. I have also kept note of the girls that he likes. All of them have a different body type compared to mine. I have compared myself to them and wondered if he even finds me pretty. I am not big-chested, but the girls he likes are. I don't have a big behind either, but those girls do. It makes me think he isn't into me as much as he says he is. He owns body pillows, stickers, and figures of them too. I feel uncomfortable about it all. Gentlemen, there is actually a lot to talk about here, and I gotta say, stuff like this is really funny. Like, it's really funny to me, okay? Because a lot of people walk around with the assumption that these girls who, you know, are attractive, right? People walk around with the assumption that they are not insecure. I'm telling you, man, these Instagram models who, you know, most people would consider stunning and beautiful and stuff like that, they strongly dislike themselves because there's always something that they're missing. Oh yeah, I look beautiful and I'm thin and, you know, I go to the gym, but Stacy over there, she's got curves that I don't have, and my boyfriend likes curves, so I'm super jealous. You see what I mean, guys? Like, they always have like this self-confidence issue that will always be there. It's kind of funny, but the fact that it applies to anime girls is something else. And I want to talk about this as well, right? So, this is what girls do, and this is something we've talked about on the channel before, gentlemen. Is as much as they say, hey, I wear what I want because it's for me, and I want to look the way I want to look because it makes me confident. Guys, I'm telling you, girls draw their self-esteem from their environment. We as men, we have an out here, actually, guys. Like, we can draw our self-confidence from the things that we do, our hobbies, our passions, our skill sets, discipline, right? Stuff like that. Girls rely on other people to validate them. And when dudes don't validate them, oh my goodness, the world comes crashing down around them. Hell, even if it's anime girls and anime statues and body pillows, which honestly is just, that's fantastic, right? Because, guys, you got to understand, it's all about the attention. Right, it's not. I'm telling you, man, it's not about this love and this connection and, oh, you know, it's not, guys. It's about attention a lot of the time. It really boils down to attention, validation, and how attractive a dude is. It's like, you would be surprised at how many relationships exist by virtue of the fact that the guy doesn't call her pretty and doesn't tell her he loves her, and it just drives her up the wall because, hey, all the girls at work are his type and he doesn't seem to think I'm pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stay with this man and try and lock him down because my ego cannot handle if he likes a different girl than me. Right? It has nothing to do with love a lot of the times, gentlemen. It just has to do with the fact that a lot of these girls, like, they're getting validated by so many dudes being called so pretty all the time and stuff like that, that their ego can't drop it when a man doesn't validate them. So they have to shame them, insult them, bully them, whatever the case may be, to try and get a guy to come around. But guys, we will be jumping into today's last story here momentarily. But guys, if you've been enjoying, make sure you drop a subscribe and leave your thoughts below. I do try and read a lot of your guys' comments where I can. The channel has gotten quite large to the point where I can't read them all, but it is always interesting to see what you gentlemen have to say. And we're going to be cracking into today's last story to wrap up today's episode. Now, this one is titled, Girlfriend is Secretly Using Bumble. Last night, when my girlfriend, who is 26, and I, who am 25, were going to bed, I woke up in the middle of the night and saw her on her phone. She didn't see me wake up, and I was able to glance at her screen, which looked like Bumble was open. I know this is wrong and a total invasion of privacy, but to quell my suspicions the next day, I logged into her phone, and there I saw Bumble was installed. It looked like she was just casually chatting with random guys. Nothing even remotely flirty, but I find this to be so weird. It looks like she's been doing this for the past couple of weeks. I don't think she's inherently cheating on me, but I don't know how to feel about this. Yeah, I know I shouldn't have snooped on her phone, but I don't think she would have ever told me she was doing this. I know I'm in the wrong for doing that. Clearly, I have trust issues. Any advice or opinions would be greatly appreciated on how I even broach this subject, or if I'm overthinking things. Edit. It's the dating part of Bumble, not the best friends or business. Edit number 2. based on people's comments, I definitely need to confront her about this today. I am still not sure how to react if she claims to be doing it out of boredom, attention, looking for friends, and never planned up to meet with any of these people in a bedroom fun or a romantic way. All her conversations are just casual talk like, what's your favorite comic book and what type of MMA are you into? What have you been up to this weekend, etc. So there's no explicit motive I can derive from these seemingly innocent messages. If I choose to let this go after talking to her, how do I establish boundaries and trust again without having to snoop on her again? I don't want to be the type of person or in that type of relationship. I mean, goodness gracious me, man. Like, oh boy, I've been doing these the last few videos, guys, but I just got to rub the hell out of my eyes here. And, because, guys, honestly, when situations like this happen, it's not even a question. Okay, it shouldn't even be a question. If your girl is on a dating app, she's not your girl. Hell, like, it's just your turn anyway, gentlemen. But to sit in a relationship and to put up with that is kind of crazy to me. And something else as well is the fact that whenever we start up a story and the girlfriend is older, guys, it is a huge red flag, and stuff like this will happen frequently. If you're a man, let me put it to you this way, okay? If you're a dude and let's just say you're 20 and your girlfriend is 20, you better believe that she's had more dating experience than you, and she's probably not going to be happy in the relationship no matter what you do a lot of the time, guys. Like, you cannot make girls happy who have extensive an extensive romantic background, shall we say, because they're always going to be looking for the next better deal. They can say that they're on Bumble or Tinder to look for friends, but we all know that that is not the case. But guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, leave your thoughts and your comments. And if you are interested in supporting the show, gentlemen, make sure you check out the Locals link in the description. It is totally free to join. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, Locals also has an option for that. If YouTube happens to delete this channel in the future for whatever reason that they decide to do it for, you will be notified through there. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next video. Peace.